It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Southtown Star newspaper, and we are at Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse, 122nd and Harlem Avenue in lovely Palos Heights, the best barbecue in the Southland, bar none. My boy Jimmy and Vanessa, they get it done over here. A little barbecue chicken, we got some chicken salad, and we've got a slab of ribs on the way, folks. So just be patient, be patient. All right, our guest this week, Richards football coach Tony Sheehan. Bulldogs off to a tremendous start again, 4-0, dominant form the entire season. This is Tony's sixth season. Hard to believe he's 40-17 in his career. Dogs are coming off a 29-0 win over Shepherd, and they host Evergreen Park Friday night at 7 p.m. So that'll be a big South Suburban Red Division tussle. So, all right, folks, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. I'm going to do everything in my power not to devour this food. Going to have to wait till afterwards. So, all right, we come back. Tony Sheehan, Richards Football will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a pepperoni sausage, green peppers and onions. Don't forget the extra cheese, large pizza. Oh, by the way, I also make house calls. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
If you're in the mood for some of the finest barbecue in the Southland, then Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights is the place for you and your family. Whether it's ribs, chicken, brisket, pulled pork, or any other barbecue favorites, Bona Pit serves up a flavor explosion in a championship form. We also offer steaks, seafood, sandwiches, a mouth-watering nachos platter, and salads in a casual atmosphere, with the option of either dining inside or on our heated patio. Watch the big game in our full-service bar, or call ahead for pickup. Bona Pit in Palos Heights. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And if you can tell by the spread, we're not at Beggar's Pizza, we're at Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. And our guest this week, Richards football coach Tony Sheehan. How's it going, Tone?
Thanks for having me, Pat.
Thanks for coming on board again. Good friend of ours. Bulldogs once again off to a great start, 4-0 on the season. And I know a coach is never fully satisfied, Tone, but as you look back on these first 4 weeks, how would you evaluate things, my man?
We played very well week 2 and 3. Obviously, we went on the road to Batavia, tough 7A, 6A bubble team. They won 20 in a row in the regular season, and kids really prepared well all week, and we went up there, and it was a great atmosphere. The place was packed. Their fans never stopped. Their student section was awesome. But we brought a great student section that night too, so it was a fun night, and we were able to come out of there with a win and end their 20-game winning streak. So that was a big momentum and confidence builder for our kids. The next week we went to Lamont, and we played. The defense played very well. Offensively, we had some big plays, and we didn't do so well in the second half as we would have liked, but we came away with a win again there, and we hadn't beaten them in 6 years, so we got, and we hadn't won a week 2 in 6 years, so we got 2 monkeys off our back, which was good. Lately the defense is playing lights out. I mean, those guys really get after you. Offensively, we've been kind of kicking ourselves in the foot, and one bad play here, one missed block there, missed assignment. We need to get it rolling.
Yeah, but you're still 4-0, so that's all right.
We'll take it.
You'll take it. So what would you consider the biggest surprise of the season up to this point, good or bad, Tone? What would you say?
Just the way the juniors have come up. As freshmen and sophomores, they were 18-0, didn't lose a game. We had 2 of them up last year. But the way that, they've formed with the seniors and just the bond they have, the chemistry the team has, they all like each other, they're all playing around with each other. But when they know the focus that they do and just the way those guys have stepped up, I mean, there's some big-time players in that junior class.
Yeah, and tough, too. I'm sure a lot of these guys, after the success they had as freshmen and sophomore, want to play, and some of them have to wait their turn a little bit, right? I mean,
there's been a couple, who week 1 and even a little bit of week 2 weren't getting too much time, and now, they're in the starting lineup. They just kept fighting and kept grinding, and, they're really contributing now, and it's a great class, and along with the good senior class that we had, it's a good mix of kids, and this is the team we've been waiting for a few years.
Absolutely. Now, you have so many weapons on offense. You got a great quarterback, Hassan Muhammad Rogers. You got Takari Carpenter at wide receiver. Spencer Tears, who had a great game against Lamont, the game I was at covering. Tremendous talent. That's a great thing, but it's tough. What do you do to soothe the egos, make sure everyone's happy and getting the ball and, they're playing together as a team?
That's the great thing about these kids is that they're all about the team and they realize that. And, day 1 in the summer, we preach that. Hey, look, there might come a time you get 2 balls thrown at you at one game and the next game it might be 12. You got to take it and go with it. And if you were to look at stats, he's spreading the ball around. Carpenter's got 14 catches, another guy has 12, another guy has 11, another guy has 10, another has 4. I mean, it's not like it's one guy, Carpenter getting 15 or 20 balls a game. We're spreading it around. He knows that he has multiple weapons to use, Tears and Ryan Willett, and then Dedrick Shannon, who didn't play last year as a sophomore, as a basketball player, but he's came on. It's been a big help. Mike Marchione on the outside, really does well at blocking, and he's caught a couple balls, and they just know that eventually it's going to come.
It's going to come, man, and that's the key. When you got that many weapons, they can't key on one guy. You guys got 3, 4, 5 weapons out there, man. That's tough.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch, and Hassan knows, hey, I'm going to throw to the open guy. If you're not open, hey, it's not coming in. But as typical wide receivers, they're open every time.
Of course they are,
so he hears that, but they know too that when they're open, he's going to get it to them.
Yeah, and Hassan's got a rocket of an arm, man. Great arm. You talked about the defense. What would you say the biggest strength of this defense is? I mean, as a team, your speed is off the charts crazy, but as a unit, where would you say the defensive strength lies?
I would say that the strength obviously is the speed and the athleticism. Those guys are flying. I mean, our 2 DNs, Savon Robinson and Kenny Spey, I mean, those guys run 4.5, 4.6s, and you don't see that on D linemen. I mean, and then the linebackers with Romel Hill and Venerable, 2 3-year starters, and then you put in Romel's brother Ramonte, who's a big, tough, strong kid, fast kid, and they're just flying around. And the DBs we got some young guys back there, but with Dylan Giles and Krishan Ross, a couple guys that played a lot last year, they're really playing well, and they just fly to the ball. And and we preach turnovers, and those guys, they want the ball.
Yeah.
We've scored 3 defensive touchdowns in the first 4 games, so we're harp on that. Let's get the ball and score.
And didn't Simona have a touchdown last game?
He stripped the ball, picked it up, and ran it in. So I mean,
Big Man got it done.
Yeah, he did.
Big game this week. Obviously, Evergreen Park. What do you see happening with this situation, man? What do you guys got to do to come out this thing with a win?
They're a very good team. Offensively, they have a very good running back in Carpenter. He had 31 carries last week for, I think, 190 yards. They have that Jaquette McClendon, who's a big body out there, receiver. Their quarterback throws the ball well. Their offensive line runs their schemes well. They got a lot of athletes. The defense is going to have their hands full, but, our defense, they'll be prepared and they'll be ready. And offensively, their defensive line is big and strong. They got 2 very good defensive linemen up front. Their backers are very active, and their safeties are active. So we got to come ready to play. Figure they're probably going to try and limit the deep ball, but like we said before, Hassan's got to take what they give, and we just got to prepare. And the key's going to be up front.
Yep.
What we do up front, offensive line, defensive line. If we can control the line of scrimmage, we'll be okay.
Okay. Tone, we've gone through a whole segment. I'm proud of you, man. We haven't even dove in. You got the barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, little chicken salad. We're doing all right. It's not easy at all, man, but we're doing really well. All right, folks, we're going to go to Elisa Thomas Salon timeout. When we return, more with Coach Sheehan. We're talking Bulldogs football. Stay tuned.
doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut and style for just $27 and guys get a cut and style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
For over 60 years, Standard Bank has been a part of your neighborhood, supporting sports and other activities, working with communities as they grow and thrive, helping businesses and families to reach their financial goals. In communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, your neighborhood is our neighborhood. We can help you reach your financial goals. To learn about products like Check Free, our super secure service that saves you time and money and makes it easy to pay your bills online, visit standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
If you're looking for delicious barbecue in the Southland, no one does it better than Bonapit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. Stop in and try our mouth-watering ribs, tender piled-high pulled pork sandwich with homemade chips, or a perfecta combo in our year-round indoor-outdoor patio. Having a special get-together, Bonapit offers a party room for up to 100 people. Want to watch the big game? Fans can do so on one of our many flat-screen TVs and enjoy $10 domestic bucket specials every Sunday. Bonapit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. No one does barbecue better. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, our guest, Richards football coach Tony Sheehan, and we're at Bonapit Barbecue, 122nd in Harlem in Palos Heights, and you got some delicious barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, chicken salad. I mean, Tony, you've eaten here. It's the best, man. Best good. In the South Side, isn't it? It's great. It's great barbecue, man. Great barbecue. All right, Tone. As good as the Dogs have played, like we said, 4-0, man. How much room do you see as improvement? How much better can this team play?
A lot better. I don't think we haven't reached our full potential. Each week we've actually had a couple starters out, so hopefully this week we're at full strength. Offensively, a couple missed blocks. Last week against Shepherd, we got the ball, I think, 5 times on their side of the 50, and we only punched it in twice. So that's 3 times. We can't leave those on the table. If you get later in the year and hopefully into the playoffs, you got to be able to punch those in and get those points. Defensively, they're doing a real good job flying to the ball, creating turnovers. I think the sky's the limit for them. They can play lights out, and they can carry us. That's a good thing. Knowing is that they can carry us, but at some point we're gonna be playing some good defensive teams. We got to be able to punch the ball and create some drives. We got some big play guys, but we got to be able to drive the ball 80 yards and take 5-6 minutes off the clock.
Okay. We talked a little bit about Evergreen Park, your opponent Friday night at Richards, 7 o'clock. And the receiver, Jaquette McClendon, tremendous talent, 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds. He's a horse that he could run. What's the game plan to try and prevent him from taking this thing over, man?
Basically, we're gonna play our defense. Our guys are confident in their abilities. We know we can get after people, and we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna tackle. We're gonna swarm tackle. That's our identity. Coach Zebo and Prattle and McCullough and Ziema and those guys. They preach getting to the ball, and those guys do. It's a competition for those guys. They have points up on the board every week, and they're all pissed off that one guy's ahead of them, another guy. So they're trying to, and that's the best thing is these guys compete. We got competitors up and down the lineup, and that's the best thing. And this is a challenge for them with McClendon, so that they're going to get out and they're going to compete Friday night.
Well, I know you had a couple of the seniors that were on the team as sophomores back, 2 years ago, and I'm sure, as you guys, all coaches are, try and motivate and inspire their kids, and you guys do it better than others. Have you guys reminded the players about 2011 when Evergreen Park walked into Richards, Gary Cornyn Field, and beat you guys 33-0?
Yeah, they've been reminded. They ran up and down the field on us. Offensively, we didn't get past the 35. They blocked the punt. They basically came in there and they kicked their tails to the curb. So some of those kids are even reminding the other ones, they were there. We got to be ready, and I think they're going to be ready and focused and ready to go on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, you guys extorted some payback last year, but this year it's back on your field, so it's a little bit more meaningful in that matter, right?
Yeah, it is. obviously you want to protect your home field, and getting your butt kicked like that is never a good feeling. And a couple of those kids remember, and they're not going to let the other ones forget.
And speaking of that field, man, how's it looking? I know District 218, and overall, they did a lot of work at all 3 football facilities. I know going into the season, they were looking really good. Still top notch.
They did a fabulous job. I mean, it hasn't looked this good in 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it is beautiful, and you walk out there and it's good to see.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to hear. So I know, as you talked about earlier, this was the season you guys have been waiting for, man, to have this junior and senior class together. What do you think this team can accomplish? What's it capable of?
Really, we take it day by day, week by week. Preach these kids 1-0. That's all we want to be is this week. But there's a lot of that word potential there. But that only means it's only on paper. It's only on paper too. So, but you know what? These kids are hungry. They've really worked hard all off season and in the season, the summer. We're gonna go as far as our seniors want to take us, and they're a determined group, and they've really been great leaders. And we're looking for a great season. Yeah. The expectations are high. It's Richards. If you don't get to that end game, the season's a disappointment. It doesn't matter what your record is, and those kids know it, and that those are their expectations as well.
14 weeks. That's the key, right? That's the goal with this team. And from top to bottom, Tone, freshman, sophomore, varsity, what's the program looking like? Are you pleased with how everything's looking? Obviously, the varsity level, you're very pleased.
Sophomores, great numbers. I think we got about 52 kids out there. Weeks 1, 2, and 3. We kind of threw them to the wolves a little bit with. They played Oak Forest and Batavia and Lamont, and but getting into conference play now, they played very well against Shepherd. They got a lot of talent down there. They just need to put it together. And freshman group has a load of talent. So we're really excited about them as well. They've been playing very well the last few weeks, and we're excited for them.
So the rich get richer.
I don't know if we're rich, but we're trying.
Rich in talent.
We're trying.
That's good, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on board again, Tone. And father, man, it's almost a year old, the boy is, huh? The son's almost a year,
Almost a year, next week.
Unbelievable, man. Time flies.
Yes, it does.
Time flies, man. Well, I'm glad that's going well for you too, buddy. Good luck this season. I've covered the Bulldogs, man. You guys, in terms of speed, I don't know. I haven't seen a quicker team, that's for sure. You guys are just going to have abundance of speed. And these are good kids, man. You got a good group. It's a good group of kids, man. So, all right, Tone. Thanks again, man, for coming on board. Good luck the rest of the season. Folks, we are going to go to a athletics, sports, and orthopedic rehabilitation timeout. Gerard's slipping on the remindage, but that's okay. We come back. Get out your cell phones. Text poll question of the week, sponsored by Standard Bank. Chance to win $50. It's going to have some Richards flavor to it. Not as much flavor as this barbecue has, but we're going to have some flavor. So, chance to win a $50 gift card, folks. So, we come back. Results, players of the week, coach of the week, all kinds of good stuff. Stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
Hello and welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Richards football coach Tony Sheehan for being our guest. All right, folks, before we get to the textbook question, I got to talk a little bit about Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights, 122nd and Harlem Avenue. Best barbecue on the Southland. Specials to be had every day, folks, at Bona Pit here. Monday, you have this right here, the half barbecue chicken, couple sides, you got the muffin, only $8.95. That is a steal, that is a deal. Tuesdays, go with the homemade meatloaf, mashed potatoes, veggies, $10.95. Great deal. Tremendous portions here also at Bona Pit. Wednesdays, you go with a grilled tilapia, some citrus cream sauce on that baby, some mixed vegetables, baked rice, $12.95. Great special. On Thursdays, go with the eggplant Parmesan. I'd like to see Bona Pit, they venture out. It's not all barbecue, but you know what? Life's too short to eat bad barbecue, and you don't have bad barbecue here, just good barbecue. So that's a Thursday special, among other specials. And Fridays, you got the Louisiana Shrimp Creole. Go with some diced tomatoes, peppers, onions, rice, just a fantastic meal as well on Fridays. And then Saturdays, the skirt steak Oreganato. That's tasty, little Greek style there. On Saturday special, and then Sundays. So you want to go and watch the Bears game somewhere, or you want to watch some NFL, you're into fantasy football. Sundays, Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse. Come on by. For you adults, $10 buckets. So you get 5 domestics, $10. Quite the deal. You got some great flat screen TVs throughout the place, particularly in the bar. And weather doesn't matter here on the patio where we're taping here. Indoor, outdoor, weather's nice. They open it up. If it's a little chilly, they have the ability to throw on some heaters, and it's year-round, man. Beautiful area right here to sit back, relax, enjoy some weather, enjoy the scenery here on Harlem Avenue as well. So come on out. Like I said, Vanessa, Jimmy, they'll hook you up here at Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse. All right, let's get to that text poll question, folks, Sponsored by Standard Bank. Chance to win a $50 gift card. And like I told you, viewers, it's got a little bit of a Richards flavor to it. All right. In which years did Richards football win back-to-back state championships? Okay? You come with both those years. Text to 708-365-8501 with the correct answers. Texter number 4 will win the $50 gift card, compliments of Standard Bank. All right, let's go with some results from last week, some good games. Mount Carmel 28, Brother Rice 20. Kudos to Mount Carmel for maintaining their perfect record, but Brother Rice put up a tremendous effort. Alex Alarcon 17 of 32, 236 yards, couple TDs. Jack Desmond had 3 catches for 54 yards and a couple TDs. Luke Mueller 9 catches, 122 yards for Rice. For Mount Carmel, Marco Borisic 7 of 12, 97 yards passing. Matt Domer had 3 TDs and rushed for 121 yards. Loyola 28, Providence 16. Tough loss for Pravi. Dominic Lagone, 38 carries, 224 yards, and a TD. He also had 6 catches for 49 yards. Justin Hunniford was 20 of 40 for 185 yards, and Miles Boykin had 6 catches for 76 yards and a TD. For Loyola, Joe Joyce, 6 catches, 64 yards. Julius Holly, 10 carries, 43 yards, and Jack Penn was 17 of 26 for 169 yards and 3 TDs. Richards, 29, Shepard, nothing for the Dogs. Takari Carpenter, 9-yard TD run, 6-yard TD reception. Hassan Muhammad Rogers was 14 of 24 for 174 yards in the score. Dylan Giles had a pick, and Savone Robinson a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Lincoln East 50, Lockport 6. Porters 0-4, Griffins 4-0. For Lockport, Billy Krawczyk hit Trevor Chelensky with a 24-yard TD pass. For East, Jordan Wirtz was 16 of 23 for 172 yards and 3 TDs. Austin Winkler had 4 catches for 79 yards and a TD. Colin O'Connell had a 5-yard TD reception, and Alex Kraft had a 25-yard TD reception. All right, let's go to the Labriola Bakery Cafe. Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Going to give it to Oak Forest quarterback Nick Sophia. Rushed for 225 yards on 30 carries and scored 3 touchdowns to lead the Bengals to a victory over Lamont by a 23-21 count. We'll hook up Nick with a $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe. Lisa Thomas Salon, Team Club Player of the Week. We give it to Providence. Tennis player Hannah Davis claimed the singles championship at the Sandberg Invitational. We're going to hook her up with a nice goodie bag from Lisa Thomas Salon, gift cards, some product. It's all good. And then the Bona Pit Coach of the Week, we're going to hook up Oak Forest Coach Brian McDonough. You know, the Lamont has had the Bengals number, beat them twice last year, only 2 losses of the season for Oak Forest. They come back and beat them this year, so we're going to hook them up with a nice $25 gift card, compliments of Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse. So you can come here and check it out and enjoy some great barbecue. All right, folks, we're going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. Come back high and tight.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
What teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut and style for just $27 and guys get a cut and style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
Since 1970, Standard Bank & Trust has been a landmark at the corner of 95th and Western. We're still at the same convenient location, and we're better equipped to serve your needs. So stop by and meet our friendly, professional staff. They provide personalized service and a wide range of products to help both businesses and individuals reach their financial goals. In the Evergreen Park area and in communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, we're your neighborhood bank. Learn more at standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, folks, high and tight, some great games this week. Lincoln Way East at HF Friday, 7:30. Mount Carmel at St. Rita, 7:30. I'll be at that game. St. Lawrence heads down to Bishop McNamara. Marist is at JCA. TF South at Bremen. Evergreen Park is at Richards, like we talked about. Thornton travels to Lincoln Way North. Argo, 4-0 Argos at TF North. Just some great games. Get out there. No reason not to support high school football. We have some tremendous talent, tremendous teams in this area. So get out and watch some games this weekend. And then on Sunday, you want to watch the Bears kick off against the Lions at noon. Come on out to Bona Pit. You know, bring out the whole family. Have a pulled chicken sandwich, pulled pork, beef brisket. They've got it all here. Tremendous barbecue. And Mom and Dad, you can knock down a bucket of your favorite domestics for $10. You can't beat it. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week. Good luck to all this weekend. We'll see you next week.